Here it is, y'all, brand new for 2023, the Camp Chef XXL Pro vertical pellet smoker. This has the brand new Wi-Fi control from Camp Chef, a ton of features, way more cooking area than any other pellet grill I've seen on the market. We're gonna answer all of your questions on this, including the interior dimensions of the smoker, how many trays you can put in it, how much food you can pack in it, what it'll hold, what the highest temperature is it'll run, what the lowest temperature is it'll run, and pretty much everything you need to know about this brand new vertical pellet smoker from Camp Chef. Hit that subscribe button down there. Check this out. That's a chili dog right there, y'all. First, let's look at how it comes out the box and answer some of your questions you might have on assembly. We got all the parts shook out now, got the instructions, getting ready to start putting this thing together. And it was definitely well packaged. No damage at all from shipping. Ready to put this dude together. Look at how these hardware bags are set up. Bag 1 for step 1, bag 2 for step 2. All the way through, so you know which hardware goes where. That's pretty cool. It actually went together pretty easily. It took a little over an hour following the instructions. Getting it assembled was no problem at all. Now, the biggest question I had about this is, what is the interior dimensions? For those of you who like to hang sausages for smoking, this is pretty important. So let's go have a look at the interior and see what the dimensions are. This has an incredibly roomy box inside. It has room in it for 8 trays. It comes with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but has 2 more slots for 2 more trays. Of these 6 racks, 3 of them are jerky racks and 3 of them are standard cooking racks, and you can get the extra racks for the smoker. Another really neat feature is the cooker comes with a sausage hanging rack with 12 hooks. This is easily removable for when you don't need it, but when you do, it's going to give you an easy way to hang up those nice sausages for smoking. If you didn't want to use that, there's a nice convenient place up here where you could put some wooden rods across it to hang your sausages there. Now for the dimensions. Internal width is 22 inches. Height to the sausage hooks, 18 inches from where the sausage hooks are going to be to the drip pan. Maximum height inside is just a little over 23 inches. So how much room is a ton of room? Well, I happen to have 5 pork butts, a little over 8 pounds, between 8 and 9 pounds, and all 5 of them fit in here great. You can see you got plenty of room for 6. I'd say you could also easily get 6 spatchcock chickens in here, and we're going to do that in a later video. Before we do the burn off, I want to show you how the solid fuel system works on the Camp Chef XXL Pro. You've got a door right here that you pull out, and it's going to have a place to add your solid fuel. And you can see how it's perforated at the bottom so the fire goes straight into this thing. Now here's the fun part. Right inside here, right above your burn pot, is your heat deflector, which just sits right there. And it has this neat little butterfly valve right here that allows the fire to go to your solid fuel. So if you're not using solid fuel, you leave the valve closed. If you're using solid fuel, you'll go ahead and open it. So basically, you put whatever solid fuel you want in here. This could be charcoal, chunks of wood, more pellets, wood chips, whatever. Go ahead and close it up and open up your butterfly valve. A couple other features of note. Good sturdy legs and lockable casters make moving this thing around a breeze. It also has a folding side shelf and the usual Camp Chef burn pot dump feature, which allows you to dump all the contents of the burn pot ash from previous cooks into this cup for easy disposal. Right here is where your grease goes down to the grease bucket. And check out how the grease tray now fits. Your drain hole's in the back right over that standpipe, but the rest of the grease tray pretty much fills this whole thing. So the way it looks like the engineers have the airflow figured out is you've got these small gaps at the front and back, very tight fit, but you've got these holes that go up the sides for your hot gases and smoke to escape. A little bit bigger at the bottom. As it goes up, you got a little smaller, and that airflow is going to go up inside behind this panel, come out the top and out these holes. The way this back plate is designed, the smoke and the heat have to build up from the top down to escape out the bottom of the cooker to get out of these rear louvers. And like other Camp Chef pellet grills, you also have a pellet dump here, which dumps pellets down this chute into a bucket if you want to change out your pellets. All right, so we got the racks back in. This is a brand new pellet grill. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, get it up to temperature, and do a proper burn off. And it has an absolutely huge 40-pound pellet hopper. I'm just gonna dump in enough now to get the burn off done. All right, I rolled this thing into the shade for this part. Switch on. Your initial burn off, you're gonna have to run it through the feed cycle. So what you wanna do is use your button to get into the menu, turn it, not fan only, that's for just cold smoking, turn it to feed, push the button, and it's going to go into feed mode. You want to leave it in feed mode until you hear the pellets fall into the burn pot. Now for this part, and anytime you light a pellet grill, you want to do it with the door or the lid open. And I'm going to go ahead and open the pellet dump so I can hear the pellets falling into the cup on the bottom. For your initial feed, go ahead and let this thing run for the full 6 minutes. Let them go ahead and dump the pellets down into that little catch pot at the bottom. You can put it back in the hopper. This will make sure your auger is all the way full with pellets, and then you can go ahead and start the burn off process. Anytime the grill runs out of pellets and your auger gets emptied, you should go through this process to make sure the auger is properly filled with pellets. Feed's done, says success. It also tells us to cycle the power. Now we can go ahead and set the temperature. We'll set it all the way up. 350 is the highest setting we have, and it's going to go into startup mode. Again, always start your cooker with the door open until the fire gets all the way on. You can hear those pellets dropping in now. The igniter is getting hot. It will ignite those pellets. The fan's going to kick in, giving it air. You'll be able to hear that burner change sounds once it gets going really good. Then you can go ahead and shut your door and start building temperature. Man, there's nothing like getting those first few whiffs of smoke coming out of a brand new cooker. That's freaking awesome. Now I really understand how the air moves through this cooker. Now that smoke's going to get pretty thick, and then once that burner changes sounds, you'll see it clear up just a little bit, and that's when you know you can go ahead and close the door. When you get that sound like a little rocket engine, you know you are all the way lit, and it's okay to go ahead and close your door. And it even has a bottle opener, which might come in handy while you're waiting for the grill to come up to temperature. It also comes with 2 temperature probes, 2 probe ports, and a little hole on the side that you can run your port wires through. The Wi-Fi controller hooks to your home's Wi-Fi, so you can access this and make temperature and smoke setting changes from the app on your phone. And I'll put a link up there in the cards to the playlist with my other Camp Chef videos and recipes and cooks. And it took about 15 minutes to get all the way up to temperature. It ran up by about 4 degrees, which is pretty good for a pellet grill. Set on smoke setting 1, I don't expect it to have much more swing than that both ways. So now to get a good burn off, we're going to let this thing run for about 30-45 minutes at the high temperature just to cook off all of the oils and anything inside of this thing from shipping, and then we'll be ready to cook. As usual, there are links in the description below. So in the next video, we'll run the first couple cooks with it, give you some internal temperature readings at the different levels inside the cooker, and just basically run it through its paces on several big cooks. Make sure you're subscribed and you have the bell icon turned on so you get notifications. We're going to have a lot more cooks and videos featuring the Camp Chef XXL Pro, including more close-ups on the solid fuel feature and how you can use that to make your food taste like it was cooked on a professional-grade offset smoker with the convenience of a pellet grill. So if you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments below. Give me that thumbs up like button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. That's a chili dog right there, y'all. So today we're doing the, wow, that's hot. Don't do that. We're gonna have a bunch of, a professional grade solid fuels, which,